Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of 300, the show where I take random talking points out of this book and discuss them with you today. Now I'd like to start this episode off with a quick clarification. For the record, the points that I take out of this book are not chosen at random. They are decided before the episode starts and I'm able to write down a few things about them so I can get them out to you. However, for this episode, since I'm so short on time, I'm going to be picking these topics completely at random. Okay, so random topic. Ready, go. Describe your memories of a piece of furniture from your childhood home. Okay, we had, I don't know if this is really furniture or not, but we had a play set, like a swing, at my old house. And we always used to go up there and eat yogurt with these little silver spoons that my mom was always telling us not to lose or break. I also remember there being a brick wall there. My sister and I used to play out there all the time, and we just really enjoyed that as kids. It was just something that, I think you need as a child, is a swing and a play set. Other than that, though, I don't really remember anything from my old house. Okay, next question. How do you soothe yourself when you're upset? I'd love to give you the answer like, hey, I go for a run or I work on videos. And to be honest with you guys, making videos can be very, very stressful. It's also very rewarding, but it's definitely not the thing that I go to soothe myself when I'm upset. I think one of the coolest things, one of my favorite things to do is to go play tennis. I like to go metal detecting, as you guys probably know. That's a huge one for me. Used to be cornrow hunting during the winter, or just any months when I couldn't be out metal detecting. Of course, I prefer metal detecting to cornrow hunting, but those are some of the things that I do to soothe myself when I'm upset, as you may say. There's also always the option of just going to sleep, which I do quite a bit as well. Okay, next question. Okay, this is a good one. All it says is, what takes too long? I can think of a lot of things that take too long. The first thing that comes to mind is the video editing process. That's just kind of an obvious one because as many of you may know, it takes so many hours, and just hours that a lot of people that watch it just have no idea that these hours go into it. Programming takes forever. You're always running into problems and having to sort things out. Waiting for people in line when you're in traffic, that just always takes too long. When you're at work and you're on a 9-hour shift, that is just way too long, or a 12-hour shift, whatever you're doing currently. What else takes too long? I'd say oftentimes just waiting for the weekend can take way too long. Like waiting for someone that's like a family member to come back from where they're living, wherever they're at. If they live really far away from you, waiting for them to finally come and see you again, that can often take way too long. There's a whole bunch of things that take too long, and it'd take too long to list them all, so we're just gonna move on now. If this week had a theme to it, what would yours be? I have to say, if this week had a theme to it, it would probably be work, because I have a full-time job right now. I work at a grocery store. I'm not going to be there for very long, but I am working like 36 hours a week usually, basically 9-hour days, 4 9-hour days, and usually 3 days off. And on those days off, I'm usually working on videos. I'm working on a whole bunch of video projects that you're not currently seeing, but you will eventually. So I got a whole bunch of things coming up, but it just feels like right now every single minute of my day is usually consumed with work. The next question is, what expert do you wish could come teach you what they know? I think the big two, at least right now, would be Casey Neistat and Franz Kafka. Many of you probably know who the first one is. Casey Neistat is a filmmaker, self-employed, works on YouTube. He runs a company. He's got a huge YouTube channel. He's basically named the golden boy or the king of vlogging at this point. And he has just been a huge inspiration as I've come up on the YouTube and started working for myself. The final question that I feel like answering tonight is a little bit of a longer one, so I'm just going to go into a little bit more depth on this one. What do you want your retirement to be like? So this is a question that I've actually been thinking about for quite a while, ever since basically going to Florida for the first time, having a proper spring break. I saw all of these old people that were just retired, and I was just wondering, like, what do you do for fun? What do you enjoy about life at this point? So I got to thinking about retirement, and it's kind of a funny thing because I haven't actually started working full-time, and I don't know what that's like. I don't know what it's like to work full-time year-round. I know that it feels good to work. It feels good to like have a purpose in society and know that you're playing your part and doing a good job at it, as long as you're good at your job and you're good at the things that you do. See, what I'm afraid of right now is that once I retire, I won't feel like I have any more purpose. Whatever purpose was given to me by my job is gonna be just gone. So I'm gonna have to find some other way to occupy my time. Either that, or I just have to never retire. When I was on spring break, I was just thinking about how awesome it would be to just go golfing and play tennis every single day. But then I thought, like, that's probably gonna get boring really fast. I mean, you can only play so much golf and still have fun. So I started thinking that maybe it would be a cool thing to become a writer at that stage. Even though I have these views on writing where I just think that writing is just such a pain and such a terrible process, but you know, it ends up being worth it in the end when you have something that you're proud of. And it's very similar to video editing. I'm sure that there will come a time where video editing and making films will just get to be too much for me, so I think I may pick up writing. And I mean, who knows what the world is gonna look like by the time I'm retired. It's gonna be a completely different place. I think that it's going to be tough for the first couple years to get used to retirement, and I think it's kind of silly that I'm even talking about it now because I haven't, like I said, I haven't started working full-time year-round or anything. But I would say, you know, if I were just to try to imagine my retirement, I think that it would be kind of tough to get used to it for the first few years, but then I think I'd get into something where I could feel productive and feel like I'm playing my part and, you know, having a voice at least, even in my old age. I would definitely want to be writing, maybe making videos as long as I can. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I apologize for the lighting and everything. It is late at night, and like I said, I've been just working all weekend and trying to get this done. I know, boo-hoo, whatever. But you know, it's better to get it in than to skip an episode, and so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna get it in. You know, the situation may not be ideal, but we're gonna get it in anyway. If you even somewhat, just even a little bit enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a like on the video. I do these episodes every Friday from here on out. I'm planning on having some guest speakers on the show in the coming weeks, and I'm really excited about that. Thank you all for subscribing, and thank you for watching. And as always, I'm Ryan, and this is 300, signing out.